before you try and glue the arm back on, you should probably shave it down a bit. So get your blade. Don't cut yourself. Let me get a fresh blade. Be right back. All right, so now I'm gonna cut my. You want to get down to the plastic again because I had previously glued this on there. A little slice down, get some fresh plastic, and the same thing on the arm. If at all possible, you always want to glue plastic to plastic. There we go. Just slice that fresh. A little bit of glue. I'm gonna use this Loctite super glue here. A little dab will do ya. I'm just gonna hold it on there for a good 10 seconds and let them dry. Okay. Once he's dry, I will come back and finish. How to paint Force Sword. Ready? Here we go. Start with a base, a blue base. I'm gonna go with, let me see, a nice dark one. Macragge blue. Paint the whole sword with Macragge blue. I've painted the hilt gold. In a bit. My wife just asked me to go upstairs. Get the whole of the sword painted blue. Then go right into a wash. Once you get it blue, give it a blue wash. You let gravity do the work here for you. You want the wash to kind of pool up at the base of the sword. And look how I have it kind of a little bit darker up here at the tip. See that? Oh God, I'm not even on frame. There you go, see? And gravity's going to pull it right down. So I'll let it pool up here. Let me zoom out a bit. Let it pool up at the tip. And gravity will do its work and put a little at the base as well and pull it up. I said in a minute. Hey, let's let that dry. Let me go see what she wants. Back in a few. Okay, so as you can see now, I put the wash on the sword here. And the wash is already doing most of the job for us. Now what we're going to do is come in with some lighter blues and add a few highlights. So I'm going to go with, we'll go with, let's see, a Latok blue. And the way we're going to do this, yeah, it's just kind of feather it down from the point of the sword. Drag it down the peak here in the center, but not too much. because we have a nice little ripple already from the light and dark with the shading. So what we're going to try and do is a lighter ripple now using this. So right here, you see where it's lighter? I'm going to try and accentuate that by just feathering some blue across, but not across both sides, only on this one side of the blade. See how it's creating like a rippling effect? Then when I go to the other side of the sword, I'm going to kind of start the ripple a little bit higher, but stop at the top of my first ripple of energy. On the other side, start with the tip of the sword, drag it down on both sides of the sword, of the peak here in the center. Then we'll add a ripple. A little ripple here. Drag it into the edge of the sword. And one more ripple up here, starting at the top of my other ripple and dragging it up. Now I'm going to go to a lighter blue. This time Calgar blue. And I'll do the same thing. Get the tip. Go over your ripple again. Switch sides. Do the other ripple. Drag it up the side of the sword. Drag it down the side of the sword. Turn the sword around. Get the tip. Energy ripples. Oh, too much paint. Erase. Ripple. And that's about all we need to do, really. I'm gonna go one bit lighter and go with a gray. We'll go with Fedrizian gray. It's a cool gray. And with this, I'm just gonna edge the swords. I'm edging wherever the sword is light colored from my rippling. just to make a little highlight. And I'll do a little rippling with this too. Because I can. There you go. Power sword. Easy as pie. Let's just do a last few highlights now. You know, I'm going to use some of this cool blue on the edge of the bolter. The cool gray, I mean, just because it's here. I have it out. I needed a couple highlights on the gun, so there. Let's finish up the shoulder pad, then we're done. So I'm going to go with some Scarlet. A little Evil Sun's Scarlet on the shoulder pad. I've already painted it red. So I apply it to the top of the shoulder pad, then kind of just brush it down in. So it's a little bit brighter on top. We'll let that kind of dry, and I'll paint the plaque on the shoulder black and then gold. Where's my black? There she is. Now, I painted this one red again because this would be the squad color. And my other squads, I would change them or add the Grey Knight coat of arms so I could do a white stripe across it or something to differentiate all the squads. I'm not going to do that right now. I just wanted you to see that part of it. Well, I got some black here. I'm going to finish off my purity seals with a few just little dots and lines on the purity seals and the book. Just a few little specks of color of black on the books and on the scrolls. All I have left to do is the handle, which I will paint brown. We'll go with my bestial brown because it's here. We'll let that dry, and then I'll give it a wash of mud. Voila! Finished Grey Knight with a non-metallic Jawa Gray. Hope you enjoyed. Check out the basing on my basing video, which I will be doing very soon when I base this guy. All right. Well, let me quickly finish the plaque there for you. I'm just going to use that P3 gold again. The blemish or blighted gold on the plaque. And the last thing I'll do here is throw a little highlight of, or I made a shadow using Karaborg Crimson onto the red of the shoulder pad. You really want it to kind of build up at the base of the, like right there, right in here and here. It'll add shadow. And that's all she wrote for The Grey Knight. More to come.